Mama fell on the trail, begging for water. The rancher gave his last drop to her child. The horse stopped short. Dust curled at its hooves. A woman stumbled into the path, barefoot, dress torn at the sleeves. Her knees gave. She hit the dirt with a muffled grunt. One arm gripped a small boy, no older than 5. He didn't cry, just stared up at the man on the horse. The rancher didn't move. Not at first. The woman's mouth worked, dry. No sound. She looked up, eyes cracked and sun-pinked. Her fingers tugged the boy behind her like a shield. Then she slumped forward, cheek in the dirt. The rancher dismounted, quiet, crouched beside them. He pulled a dented flask from his coat, unscrewed the top. She reached for it, but he shifted, held it to the boy instead. The child blinked. "Drink, son." The boy sipped. Cough. Sipped again. His hands trembled, small and thin. The woman's voice came low, raspy. "Please, just him. I ain't gonna make it." The rancher watched her face. Watched her hold on, just barely. "Where the hell you come from?" "Downhill," she whispered. "Downhill and burning." The boy spoke soft. "We run." From the White House, the rancher's face twitched. Not confusion, recognition. He looked back down the trail, empty. He looked at the woman again, the child again. He stood. His voice shifted. "You can walk?" She nodded slow, like it hurt. "Then we talk in my kitchen." She gripped the boy, struggled to her feet. The rancher didn't offer help, but didn't stop her leaning. He led the horse by the reins, walking slow, watching the hills. The boy clutched his mother's leg. His shirt had one sleeve torn off. He looked up once. The rancher didn't speak again. Behind them, smoke rolled over the ridge. The woman stumbled once more, but didn't fall, just dragged her feet through the dust. One step at a time, the rancher opened the gate without a word. The house sat still in the distance, paint peeling off the porch posts. The woman's legs shook, but she kept walking. The barn creaked when he pushed the door open. Light spilled in across dust and hay. He laid her down slow, back against a feed sack, head tilted where the flies wouldn't reach. The child curled beside her without a sound. The air was thick with animals and sweat and silence. She didn't look at him. "Just the door. You running from a man?" he asked. She blinked once. "He called me the help. But I was raised there. Mama cooked for him. I cleaned their boy's wounds when he got too rough." "The boy? Now a man." "Governor Harrod." His jaw twitched. "That boy's the governor now?" She nodded, eyes sharp and flat. "He took my sister. Said he was raising the girl right. Said we were family." The child shifted but didn't speak. "She bled out in the shed," the woman said. "He told the paper she ran. Had the staff dig a ditch behind his doghouse." The rancher leaned on the stall rail. "And the girl?" "She's mine now. My sister's. I watched her born. Gleaned her when Mama couldn't." "You stole her back." "No, I walked out with what's mine. They sent dogs, men, torches. He hunting you?" "Says I kidnapped his daughter." The rancher stared at the child. "But she ain't his." "She's never been." The barn moaned in the wind. "He'll come," she said. The rancher looked at her, then the boy, then the dirt on the barn floor. "You got proof?" She pointed to the girl's wrist. A tiny scar in the shape of a cross. "Mama gave us both one. Said it'd bind us if we got lost." The girl raised her arm. "The scar matched. He ever hit you?" "Not me, just my sister." "And the ones before? How many before?" "I stopped counting after 4. The rancher grabbed a pitchfork, leaned it by the door. "You hungry?" She nodded once. "Stay put." "I'll bring bread. And coffee." "Thank you. I ain't helping yet. I'm listening." "That's all." She turned her head toward the slats of light above, and still didn't take her eyes off the door. The lantern hissed in his hand as he stepped outside. The barn door creaked shut behind him. Crickets stopped. Nothing but dry air and brittle grass between him and the old well. He hadn't walked this part of the land in years, not since they'd cut her down. The rope was still coiled on the barn rafter. He hadn't touched it either. The ground cracked under his boots. The well sat crooked, stones dark with age. Wind moved the rope still tied to the wooden beam overhead, frayed like memory. He turned when he heard it. Bare feet on dirt. The girl. She walked slow, quiet, stopped beside him. Her voice was small. "She's down there too." One of the other women. He didn't blink, didn't ask who. He just looked into the black hole and felt it breathe. The girl didn't move. He spoke low. "You see her?" She nodded. "They cry down there." He swallowed. She looked up. "She's not mad." His fingers gripped the lantern tighter. Inside the barn, the woman stirred. He waited until she stepped out, blanket wrapped around her shoulders. "She sleepwalk?" He asked. "She don't sleep. You sure she don't remember too much?" The woman didn't answer right away. Her eyes were on the well. He looked back at the girl. "She don't speak unless it's true," the woman said. The girl sat at the well's edge, small hands on cold stone. The rancher stared at the rope, then at the dark mouth below. "She know what happened here?" "No," the woman said, "but she feels it." The wind shifted. The girl looked up, lips pale. "She's not alone down there," she said. The rancher turned away, started walking back. "She never was," he said. The lantern swung in his hand, throwing shadows. The well stayed quiet, but not still. The knock came just after sunrise. Not loud, not polite, the kind meant to be heard without being welcomed. The rancher opened the door halfway. The deputy stood on the porch, boots muddy, hat low. "Morning," he said. "Is it?" "Got word from town. Cattle plague spreading east. I don't keep sick cows." The deputy smiled like it didn't matter. "Heard yelling from the hills last night. Big man shouting about a missing girl. Coyotes," the rancher said. "Big ones. Coyotes don't yell names." The rancher didn't answer. "I'll take a look around." "No need. Humor me." He stepped inside without being let. The rancher moved slow, blocking the hallway just enough. A muffled creak came from the back room. The deputy tilted his head. "Wind?" he asked. "Old wood." He wandered into the barn. The woman and child curled beneath the floorboards, breath held. Hay had been thrown over the gap. The rancher followed, hands loose at his sides. The deputy poked around. Let his fingers drag across the feed bins. "Pick something up." "Scarf," he said. "That yours?" "You think I wear scarves?" The deputy laughed. "Never know these days." He stuffed it in his coat. Walked toward the far stall. Stopped near the well just outside the barn door. "Looked at it too long?" "You seal that thing up yet?" he asked. "No. Still hear her, huh?" The rancher's face didn't move. "Sometimes," the deputy squinted at the stones. "Never did sit right with folks. That rope hung too easy. She never said goodbye." She said enough. The deputy turned. "Well, let me know if your cows get sick." He stepped off the porch, slow. Didn't say goodbye. Inside, the woman came up gasping. The child didn't speak. The rancher locked the barn behind him, watched the dust trail fade behind the deputy's horse. He didn't move until it was gone. The flames reached first through the middle row. No wind, no warning, just a low crackle like bones under boot. The peach trees lit easy. Dry season. No rain in weeks. The rancher stood in the doorway, rifle against his shoulder, face still. The orchard had been hers. Every tree planted by hand. Her hands, the soft ones that didn't stay soft for long. He'd watched her dig with a broken spade, cuss at the roots, kiss the blossoms when they came in. She'd told him fruit was proof things could grow, even when they shouldn't. Now it all burned. No riders, no shouting. Just fire, set slow, lit with purpose. The woman stepped up beside him, blanket wrapped tight. "They want her," she said. He didn't move. "I know. They'll burn the whole damn county. Let 'em," he said. "I'm done watching good women die quiet." The fire climbed higher. The child stood behind them barefoot, eyes on the smoke. "You should put it out," the woman said. He didn't answer. "Your wife planted that orchard." "She knew it'd burn," he said. "She told me before she hung herself." The woman went quiet. She said she smelled smoke before it came. Said it always comes for the softest things first. A branch cracked and dropped. "Will they come here next?" She asked. "They already have." The fire caught the far fence line. Sparks lifted into the sky like ghosts. "You still got that pistol?" he asked. She nodded. "Good," he said. The orchard hissed and spit. He never stepped off the porch, just watched it go. Every last tree, every last bloom. The orchard burned. He didn't blink, didn't cry, he just waited. Rifle in hand, smoke in his chest. He sat on the edge of the bed, where the dust stayed thick and the sun didn't reach. The trunk groaned when he opened it. Smelled like old cedar and dried lilac. Her smell. He ran his fingers over the folded quilt, the broken locket, the Bible wrapped in a scarf she never wore outside the house. He opened it slow. The middle was carved out. Inside, a letter, yellowed, creased. He unfolded it. If you're reading this, they've made it to the hills. The girls he breaks. They whisper. They don't sleep. I never slept again. His hands trembled. I saw what he did to the younger ones. He made them call him Daddy. I tried to leave once. He smiled. Said I'd just come back when I missed being special. He meant it. I did. I knew his mother. She said the land was cursed. I believe her now. If I'm gone, it's not the rope. It's the silence. He let the letter drop to his lap. Stared at the walls that used to hear her prayers. God damn it, Clara, he said. You knew. The door creaked behind him. The girl stepped in, holding the scarf from the fire. Eyes wide, he folded the letter, tucked it back in the Bible. He stood. Walked to her. You're staying, he said. Whatever comes. You stay. She didn't speak. He knelt eye level. You hear me? She nodded. He touched the edge of the scarf. Your mama fought. Clara did too. Now it's you. She reached out, held his hand. He didn't pull away. Outside, the wind kicked up ash. The orchard was gone, but something else had started growing. The rooster was dead before they saw the blood. Its feathers clung to the fence post like snow. The dog tracks were deeper than boot prints. The rancher crouched beside them, touched the smear near the barn wall. Warm. They found us, he said. The woman checked the pistol. Her hands shook. You sure you can shoot? He asked. I don't need to be sure, she said. Just ready. 3 horses crested the ridge. Dust kicked behind them. The deputy led, face hard. 2 others followed, rifles out. They didn't stop at the gate. The rancher stepped out, rifle in hand. The deputy slowed. Morning. No, it ain't. Governor says she's his. Says she's sick in the head. Dangerous. She's a child. She's a stolen one. The rancher nodded toward the woman behind him. Her blood. Not his. She was raised under his roof. That makes her his. Law says, the law ain't yours anymore. The deputy dismounted. Raised his hand. The other men did the same. Then the girl stepped forward, barefoot in the dirt. Her hand was closed around something. The deputy blinked. Get her back inside. She raised her fist. Opened it. The pendant caught the sun. Rusted, bent. She wore that, the girl said. My mama, you shot her. The deputy's lip twitched. She ran. She had to be stopped. You shot her in the back. She was confused. Harrod said, You killed a mother, the rancher said. For a man who calls himself daddy to every girl he ruins. The deputy stepped back. This ain't your fight, the rifle cracked. 1 man fell. The second raised his gun but never fired. The rancher dropped to 1 knee, blood soaking his sleeve. The deputy turned and ran. The woman followed, pistol out. She caught him by the barn. He hit the dirt hard. She stood over him, breath tight. You won't shoot me, he said. No, she said. But she might. The girl stood behind her, steady, calm. She raised the pistol, clicked the hammer back. The deputy didn't speak again. The rancher limped forward, blood running down his arm. Make a choice, he said. The girl didn't blink. The barn was silent, except for the breath in the dirt. And the gun that didn't lower. The saddle creaked as he lifted the girl up front. Her legs barely reached the edge of the leather. She clutched the reins, even though he held them. The pendant hung tight around her neck, pressed to her chest like it still held a heartbeat. The woman stepped out of the barn with her sleeves rolled up and her hands full of dirt. She didn't come closer. You sure you're not coming? The rancher asked. She shook her head. She's yours now. She's seen enough, but she still knows peace when she hears it. He didn't answer right away. Just looked at the burn marks across the orchard, the blackened peach limbs. You sure? He asked. She needs a future, she said. I need to bury the past, he nodded once. Touched the brim of his hat. The girl turned. You gonna be okay? The woman smiled, thin. If I hear that gunshot, I'll plant something new. The horse started slow. The trail curved down the hill, past the creek, past the edge of what used to be home. The girl leaned against him, eyes wide open. Does it hurt? She asked. Only if you miss. They rode past a dead signpost, past a rusted fence. The mansion rose slow behind it. White columns, clean roof, 2 flags flapping in air too still. The front gate didn't creak. It opened easy. as if it expected them. Governor Harrod stood on the balcony, brandy in hand, robe open, watching the sunset. He didn't see the horse until it hit gravel. He turned. The rancher didn't stop. The girl whispered, "He has more girls, inside." "I know. He calls them sweet, not for long." The governor stepped back, dropped his glass. The rancher reached behind him. The girl didn't blink. She leaned forward, voice quiet. "Mama said the trail ends where the silence breaks." The mansion doors swung open. Screams started before the shot. The girl closed her eyes, and this time she didn't hear crying,